Welcome, Aries. I'm Karen. This is Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. This reading is for Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising. It's going to be a love reading for the week of March 2nd through March 9th. And take a look at current situation, influences around that. So this is approximately a week's energy here. It can sometimes go out a little further, but the overall center of the reading is for this week. I'm going to use the Barbieri Tarot for the reading. I've got the Golden Art Nouveau here for clarifying, and I hope you all are doing well. Keep in mind, this is Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising is also collective. Take what resonates, and you can also check the other placements in your chart to see if there's any other information you can gather from that. And let's get started. Okay, we've got those. I'll cut those. I shuffle those as well, and I'll do one more shuffle. Let's get going. Okay, current situation for our Aries for relationships. Oops, Nine of Swords. I'm an Aries too. I'm kind of going, I don't need that. I'm a stress case anyway. Past influence, please. 10 of Wands. Present influence. 6 of Wands. That's good. Oh, that might be stressing you out, huh? Negative. This position is something usually you can't do anything about. It's just knowledge. And I'll explain that. Basically, the negative is usually something that is affecting the situation in a not so positive way. However, knowing it, you can navigate better through it. Positive. 8 of Pentacles. What you don't see is 5 of Swords. What to look for is King of Wands. Unexpected. Strength. Challenge. 4 Swords. Future influence. 9 of Pentacles. Outcome. 10 of a Hermit. And where does this lead? Sorry. 2 of Cups. 8 of Cups. Queen of Cups. Okay, I'll stop there. Bottom of the deck is, interesting. We've got the 10 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, and actually the Ace of Pentacles followed, which I like. Because after an ending, we want a new beginning. And then this is interesting to me because I see the 10 of Wands in the past. So this does have to do with something that you feel like has come to an utter end. But it looks to me like, well, yeah, we'll get into it. So I'm going to give you a quick summary here. But yeah, something about an ending here. You're probably feeling a little stressed right now with that 9 of Swords. I feel like with the 10 of Wands, this has been a big burden you've been carrying with you. And I feel like that's why, too, that right now you might be feeling the stress. The 6 of Wands, though, is recognition, and it is good, but that might be stressing you out even more. So we'll get to that with clarifiers. In the what you don't see is the wheel, with the negative is the wheel, and it just means that time is moving. Like, don't stay stuck on this, I think, but we'll clarify it. But it's not like time, like the negative is that time's moving, but it is because there's things you can't get back. So we'll clarify that. And then the 8 of Pentacles in the strength, I think, are in the positive. That's good because that tells me that the work is still being done. There's work being done here. Who's doing the work, we'll clarify and get more information. But I do feel like the 8 of Pentacles is, yeah, like, okay, this is positive because things are being worked on, trying to get things better. What we don't see, and I'll show you all these as I read with the clarifiers. The when I start putting it together, 5 of Swords is really, going, and I'm just showing it to you now. The 5 of Swords is what you don't see is there is a fight going on here. And I feel like that's with someone else. So in this position, for those of you who don't know, what you don't see can be the other person, about the other person, the environment, or something that you really, it's usually not about you, because what you don't see is literally what you don't see. And not like what you're ignoring within yourself. It's not that. What to look for is the King of Wands, which I do feel like that is somebody, but that's something very specific about that, and we'll get into that a little bit more, with the strength being in your unexpected. I feel like that's just saying that you have shown that you have a lot of strength to get through this, because it is hard. You know, I see that 10 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. That's hard. There's no doubt. And you've got the 9 of Swords in the current situation. That's hard. There's stuff that you need to get over. And I feel like that Four of Swords 2 is going to be the challenge is letting yourself get through this. And we'll talk more about that. And then it goes future influence, 9 of Pentacles, which I feel like it's a realization. And the 9 of Pentacles is about being successful. It also is a very independent card. So sometimes in readings, we see that as, well, it's me. I'm alone now. But not in a bad way. Because to me, like the 9 of Pentacles says, yeah, whatever, you don't need anyone else anyway. But it doesn't mean we don't want someone in our life, right? Hermit, or the outcome, there may be some time where you just really need to dig a little bit deeper on what you want next. And then it goes from the 2 of Cups, 8 of Cups, Queen of Cups, which I feel like we'll talk about that when we get through all of this, because it'll make more sense. Again, this is an ending. I'm going to talk about this 10 of Wands first. This is the past influence about the situation. So the 10 of Wands is about feeling overloaded, overburdened, too much going on, too much heavy lifting here, whatever that situation is. It could be like you just feel tired. Like you've felt like, okay, I have done so much on this and I'm just tired. I don't want to do this anymore. So tell me more about this 10 of Wands, please. Queen of Cups. Knight of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, like the Knight of Swords is tough. There's like this a feeling going from the Queen of Cups to the Knight of Swords. Sorry, I have to have my work phone here. I'm gonna have to check that in a minute. I don't have particular hours, but if there's an emergency, I'm the one that's supposed to grab it. The 10 of Pentacles is I feel like being, stable, independent. My cat's looking at me. I'm getting distracted, all kinds. But I feel like, there is something that came in awful fast with this Knight of Swords. So your burden is like, I feel like these two cards together, the Knight of Swords is facing that Queen of Cups. Keep in mind, no gender specific, but I feel like this Knight of Swords is someone that maybe has hurt your heart, came in really fast and went, oop, there's a stab. And I feel like, though, with that 10 of Pentacles, that there's something here, too, about leveling up, being more stable, etc. So I'm getting that kind of feeling here, too. Let me check that silly thing, or I'm going to throw it away. Hold on just a second. Okay. Sorry, nothing worth jumping out of my skin for. So I do feel like, you just really, something's been, hard. Too, I think with Aries people in general, we put a lot of energy into things. We don't do things half-ass. We just don't. It's all or nothing, and we go in with gusto, which can be really tiring. I know, like, I'm an Aries, so I do know that we can do this. And the thing, too, is we give so much when we give, because for us, it's all or nothing. Everything is all or nothing. You go all in or nothing at all. You don't go halfway. And that can be very stressful, and it can be very draining. And so a lot of times I feel like our sign in general, we can retreat, because it's like, no, I'm done with people's, I'm done with work, I'm done with everything, because I'm tired. And then once we, regenerate, we're off again. But I guess that could be dependent on your other signs too. The 9 of Swords being in your current situation, there's something really that's stressing you out here. I'm going to clarify this, but this is bad dream stress, anxiety. You could be going through a lot of overthinking about this situation. I feel like it's more of that. There's a situation here with this Ten of Swords that you're overthinking. There's nothing you can do. If there's nothing you can do, don't overthink it. Because for Aries type people, whether it's your, your main sign or not, if you can't do anything about it, all you're going to do is frustrate yourself because you're a doer. Like that's, fire signs are doers, or at least Aries are. Like, no, we're going to do it, and we're going to do it with gusto. And if I can't do anything about it, then I'm just stressing myself out. So thinking about it, can't do anything about it. I'm just like, oh, it's just really hard. And it can be very stressful. Tell me more about this Nine of Swords. Okay, we got Judgment, Seven of Wands, and Five of Cups. Yeah, there's something here, like there feels to be a renewal of some sort. I feel like there's a part of you that's like, I just really need to stand my ground here on this situation. And I feel like it has to, okay, so the Five of Cups here, this is, Five of Cups is about disappointment, but here, like, she's just looking like, screw you. How dare you? And I feel like it's definitely hurt, right? I've been disappointed, but how dare you disappoint me? Um, so I get the feeling too, but there's a part of you that really wants to stand up for yourself because you've been disappointed, and you don't feel like you can for some reason here. So it's either you don't have the opportunity or you can't, and that's what's stressing you out. Is you want to say your piece, and you're unable to do that. However, I do feel like that something is going to change because the Six of Wands is in your present influence, which the Six of Wands is all about recognition. I feel like there could be some public recognition, or someone could be recognizing you. And it's going to kind of influence you moving forward. If it's a new person or it's just work to kind of take your mind off of things, give you something else to go for so that you have action, something to put action into. Tell me about this Six of Wands. There's that Knight of, I don't want to use these. I'm going to, for this one, Knight of Swords, Queen of Wands, right? No, yes, I love this Queen of Wands. And the Nine of Cups. So there could be that situation with the Knight of Swords maybe coming back around with the Queen of Wands. And I feel like with the Nine of Cups, that's saying that I almost feel like there might be someone coming in and saying, no, this is what really happened. I do feel like there's going to be the recognition, I feel like, comes from the other person. And if they're not recognizing you, they're recognizing the situation for what it is. I do feel like, though, it has to do with you fulfilling your wishes with the Nine of Cups here. The Queen of Wands is definitely, it's usually Leo, but it's a fire sign, so it definitely can be you. And the Knight of Swords is that situation over here that burdened us. And it's coming back around that's saying, nope, this is going to be a good thing. There's something here about this turning into a good thing. So keep that up. I'm not supposed to use those for clarifiers. The wheel is in the negative. Time keeps moving. What do I do? Like, how do I slow down time? You can't. You just can't. And however, too, like, again, with the fire signs, and, well, I don't know about all fire signs, but I do know Aries. And I do know that you are like, when time gets in your way, that just is not good. Like, we're not about setting, the only time we use time is for competition to say we beat you. I mean, that's what time is to us. It's not, don't tell me I don't have enough time. Don't tell me time's getting away from me. I'm going to show you, come on, let's get real here. 10 of the wheel plays in negative. Is there anything else we need to know about that? So the Death card, the Six of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. Okay, so I feel like there's some, things are going, so transformation, recognition, and Eight of Swords. I feel like this in the negative is there's a part of you that can't do anything about this until things change. So it means they need to change. And I feel like that's kind of what the wheel is and why it's in the negative. They need to they need to come out of, they need to recognize, they need to see what's happening. And until that happens, there's nothing you can do. There's just, it's there. But know that with those cards too, I feel like they are in the midst of it, because we've got transformation with the Death card, Six of Wands, recognition, and the Eight of Swords. They're feeling kind of stuck. And you could be too. I mean, you could be feeling stuck too, especially since you feel like you've learned something here with this Six of Wands and the present influence. You have the Eight of Pentacles in your strength, or positive information. So, I mean, I feel like work is being done here. The Eight of Pentacles is about mastering skills, like sitting down and working on something until you get the answers. Tell me more about this Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Cups, Hierophant, and Six of Swords. Eight of Cups. I feel like you're trying to, the Eight of Pentacles is working on a solution. Again, this Eight of Cups is the situation that ended. You're walking away from it, or at least trying to. The Hierophant is, I mean, it can be like searching for yourself, but it also can be, a spiritual thing, a commitment. And I feel like this is your commitment to figuring out how to move forward, and not just arbitrarily with the Eight of Cups, but actually have a destination in mind. And that work that you're doing will pay off, because it's going to allow you to see exactly, like not just where to go, but how to get there. And I feel like this Eight of Pentacles energy is keep doing it. It's a positive thing. Keep being focused here. So if you're trying to figure something out, keep up with it. Don't give up on that. Because we do, I've got a hair in my eye, because we do, that Nine of Swords, yeah, it can be stressful, but anxiety is also, comes from ourselves. So tell me about this Five of Swords and what you don't see here. What is this? Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Page of Wands. So the Five of Swords is really about, a fight, usually people being unfair. It can also be deciding how much energy to be put into something. Either you want to go in, you want to fight to the bitter end, or you walk away from it. It also can be, but it's usually about someone fighting unfairly. There's something here about someone not being fair. I feel like that's what it is. And you can fight this to the bitter end. And if they're not playing fairly, you can't win. But I don't think it's that as much as they're not playing fairly in the fact that they might not be being honest. It's not like they're trying to cheat. It's not that. I don't feel like it is. I feel like what you don't realize is, I think they're trying to come to grips with that, because I feel like maybe there's been some kind of new opportunity. This is with the other person that led them to be pretty successful. And, now they're feeling pretty independent. But I feel like with this Page of Wands, there's something that's making them realize that this Page of Wands is probably some kind of message, and not necessarily from you, probably from somebody else. And they're pondering now what to do here with this Five of Swords, because I feel like they realize there's some kind of fight here, but I get the overall feeling that no one realizes what that fight really is about. It's not like it was some kind of disagreement or argument or something, or situation, and what really just happened here. And I think that they weren't being honest about what happened. I feel like that's them. And they need to figure that out for themselves before anything can be done. Again, putting you in a position of not being able to move forward or do something. The only way you can really move forward is to move away, because that's the only, you can move towards them and you can tell them how you feel and do all those things if you haven't already, but you can't change their mind. So just keep that in mind as you move forward. We've got the King of Wands here. and what to look for. I do feel like this is looking for passion. I also feel like this is taking control of those things that you can take control of instead of focusing on what you can't do anything about. Get with it, Aries. Come on, let's do something else. Because there's plenty of things out there in the world for us to do. Um, I'm speaking to the choir because I'm like, I need to do that at work bad. Tell me more about the King of Wands. Strength, Five of Cups. Okay, this would be looking for somebody. This is someone you're definitely stuck on, but it's to also recognize that too. You've had a lot of strength through this disappointment. And I feel like you're still attached to that. You still have that devil attachment to this person. And whether that devil attachment is good or bad, that's up to you to decide. Because sometimes it's not bad. It's just someone that you actually feel tied to. It could be even spiritually tied to them. But I feel like, no matter what, you've been strong through this disappointment. Strength, Five of Cups. And you're still there. You're still there for them, that says a lot. It really does. Unexpected is the Strength. In this deck, it's different. See, it's 11. It takes place with Justice. Yeah. The Justice card is number 8 in this deck. But this is Strength. I feel like this is you being very stoic and realizing, and maybe not just you realizing how strong you are, but maybe some other people realizing how strong you are. But I feel like this comes from you and you realizing your brute strength here. Like, yeah, I've got this completely 100. Tell me about this Strength. It's not an 8 at all. The Strength card, please. Ooh, tell me about the Strength card. Okay, Four of Cups, Justice, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, the disappointment, I feel like there's been something like you really feel like someone wasn't being honest. The disappointment of someone not being 100% truthful, and you're still surviving. Like you still feel okay. You haven't lost yourself completely with the Nine of Pentacles, but that you've come through this disappointment. And the disappointment too is this is something that you've really wanted and you've kind of been dreaming about, and it's been kind of disappointing that they took some kind of sharp, weird turn. We have Four of Swords in the challenge. No matter what, this is going to be hard to heal from, whether it's to have the relation back with this person or move on from this person. There is going to be a challenge to heal because of I see that Devil card there. There's a lot of things that remind me that this person's very important to you in one way or another. And it's not going to be a snap of the fingers, you're done and it's over. It's not going to work that way. And especially for a lot of Aries, you're headstrong. If this is what you want, this is what you want. And it's really hard for us not to go for what we want. But there's sometimes we can't, and it sucks. And it's even harder for us Aries because we're not used to losing, And even though love is not a game of win and lose, you can feel that way, like what's going on here? Tell me more about this Four of Swords in our challenge. Oh, there's that dang Knight of Swords again, and Four of Cups again, and the Ace of Pentacles. I thought I saw the Ace of Pentacles somewhere else too. Maybe I didn't. I feel like I did. Maybe it was in a different reading. So yeah, there is a new opportunity here. This Knight of Swords, that whatever those sharp words were, and we talked about this clarifying it's in the Ten of Wands, that or whatever happened, whether it was a fight, sharp words. I just say sharp words because it's a sword. You've realized that maybe you're not going to get what you want out of this situation. But I think once you realize that something new can come in with the Ace of Pentacles, it's going to be a lot easier for you to heal moving forward. But I think too that Beans, this is kind of like you have to realize it's going to be up to you. And once you let go of that, you can get more out of that. Tell me about this Nine of Pentacles in our future influence. I feel like this is you just standing your ground. Like, this is a hot card, I know. Well, we all like to look like her as far as women go. And yeah, man, I know you'd like your woman standing like that. I did not say that. Um, but yeah, so, I mean, but this is like, I feel like it is standing strong. She is flippant confident, that kind of feeling where, yeah, I'm confident, I can do this. And I feel like that's your confidence coming through, male or female, doesn't matter. Um, and yeah, I just feel like it's really good. I feel like that's a really good, honest. Sorry about those beeps, but I have to keep it there. I think I know what's going on, so I don't have to look at it. But, really having that stability and being strong. Now, this is an influence, and I feel like that's going to be you. I feel like you're just going to take on that persona and see how I sit up tall. It's like, I've got this, man. I'm good. I'm good at everything I do. I've got this. And where does it lead? It leads to, or the outcome is the Hermit, which can be good because this is talking about getting into your inner space here and really taking a moment of your own time, not involving anybody else. Don't ask anyone else's opinion and say, what do I really need to do here? What do I really want here? I mean, what's really important to me? But that's going to take a little bit of self-reflection here, and I think that's going to be really important. So where does this lead? It leads to the Two of Cups. Two of Cups, Eight of Cups, and then the Queen of Cups. And I will do a clarifying on all of them. The Two of Cups, too, in this deck can be about traveling alone, believe it or not. But I'm going to clarify it because, the overall meaning in the tarot is, a relationship. But this can also be in the search of the perfect relationship. Like really going into your heart space and saying, what's going to be really good for me? Tell me more about this Two of Cups, please. Eight of Swords, Queen of Cups, Tower. Ooh. There is something that's changing here, and I feel like I'm a little bit worried about it in the sense that, you've been feeling stuck, and I feel like you've been kind of wanting, right? You want this to work, the Queen of Cups, you want that relationship, and the Tower is, there is definitely a shift here. Now, I do feel like, though, with this Two of Cups going back into the reading, it's like there will be some kind of reconciliation of some sort. I'm not going to say for sure you're going to get back together, but I feel like there will be some healing. She's walking towards that. With the Tower, it's the change, and that needs to happen here. I feel like it really does. And then the Eight of Swords is there, right? Sometimes when we have the Eight of Swords anywhere, we need that Tower to break break everything. Because you think, too, the Tower is number 16. The Devil is 15. And the Devil is hard to break. And sometimes we need that Tower to come in and help us move forward. Because the Tower, to me, is Spirit coming in and saying, wait, you're not doing anything about this. We're going to do it for you. And that's allowing you to have a new opportunity. Leads to the Eight of Cups, which usually is walking away from something that no longer serves you. But what is that? And what are you walking to? You're walking to the Queen of Cups, which is fulfilling your heart. I feel like that's you, male or female, doesn't matter. I don't feel like the court cards are always gender specific. However, I do feel like they can be masculine and feminine to some degree, but more so they're not really, unless it's a specific reading for a specific person. Then I kind of can go more on that. But in the collective, it can be anything. It's the energy of that Queen of Cups, fulfilling your heart. I mean, to me, that's almost like finding love, but finding the love that you want. So the Eight of Cups, please. Magician, Devil. Wow. Death. Wow. Those were all majors. There's something to me that says that this is going to be definitely walking into a transformation here. To me, the magician can be someone wasn't being completely honest with you, and there is an attachment here for sure. And the death card is the transformation, which I feel like is that tower as well. And you're the Eight of Cups is you walking away from kind of like not understanding things. So the magician can be sleight of hand, not showing you everything. And that may be the problem here. And the devil is, I feel like the being stuck, but I feel like that energy is changing. The transformation and going away from being stuck to maybe being a more healthy relationship or a brand new relationship. The Queen of Cups is where it goes next. So this is all going to happen when the energy's out here, maybe past the week. I mean, even this queen could be like, 2, 3, 4 weeks later. But tell me about this Queen of Cups, please. It's nice. Excuse me. Seven of Cups, Empress, Star. You have your choices. You have your choices on how you want to feel and how to nurture yourself. Also, the star is not only about faith and the guiding light of the star, it's also about healing as well. There's something here that I feel like you're going to choose you, and you're going to say, no, my choices is for me to take care of myself, Empress, and to allow myself to be in a much better space. And I feel like no matter what that happens here, whether that's with somebody or not with somebody, it doesn't matter, because you're choosing you and you're choosing your health. So you don't have this Nine of Swords and this devil and all of this energy that's really kind of, pulling away from you. So there's your overall reading. Let's pull a piece of advice for our Aries, please. Tell me about a piece of advice for our Aries. Seven of Pentacles. Everything you're doing is going to pay off, and you'll really find that out probably here in the next couple of weeks. The Seven of Pentacles is about doing the work. I always think of it as like a garden, like you're growing a garden. You have to give it attention, but you're not working on it, 24/7. You have to give it attention regularly. You got to feed it, water it, water it, fertilize it, weed it, do all of those things. But you're not 100% on it. And I feel like this is saying, keep your eye on the prize, what is that prize to you? I feel like in the end, it's going to be you. And your prize is going to be you, making sure you're healthy, making sure you're in a good spot. So there you have it. There is your reading for the week of March 2nd through the 9th. And I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know, please. Take care. Have a beautiful day.